Princess Leonor arrival in Copenhagen stuns Queen Margrethe II in Denmark. A cold morning in Copenhagen. The Danish capital waits quietly. Royal watchers expect a routine visit. Nothing more, nothing less. But then, it happens. A single moment. A vision no one predicted. Princess Leonor of Spain steps into Denmark. And Queen Margrethe II herself, stunned. This is no ordinary arrival. This is history in motion. Princess Leonor, heir to the Spanish throne, is welcomed into Copenhagen with a grace and presence that silences even the most seasoned observers of royal life. What makes this moment so extraordinary? Why did Queen Margrethe herself, a monarch of decades-long rule, appear visibly moved by the young princess's presence? And what could this mean for the future of Europe's monarchies? To answer these questions, we must step back. We must understand who Leonor is, the weight she carries, and why her presence in Denmark could ripple across the royal map of Europe. Leonor is not just Spain's future queen. She is a symbol of generational change, of modernity rising within centuries-old tradition. Since her birth, she has been under the world's watchful eye. Every word, every gesture, every academic milestone, documented, debated, and celebrated. But what truly sets her apart is her quiet confidence. A confidence not worn loudly, but carried like a torch. And when she arrived in Copenhagen, that torch burned brighter than ever. The Danish people lined the streets. Flags of Spain and Denmark waved side by side, a tapestry of colors symbolizing unity. The applause grew louder as the motorcade approached Amalienborg Palace. Yet no one was prepared for the sight of Leonor stepping out. The elegance, the poise, the unmistakable aura of royalty in her prime. And then, Queen Margrethe herself, the matriarch of Denmark's monarchy, greeted her with an embrace that broke protocol. Why? Royal protocol is rarely broken. Every movement is choreographed, every gesture rehearsed. Yet in this instant, Margrethe set tradition aside. She did not simply extend a hand. She did not merely offer words of welcome. She embraced Leonor, a gesture heavy with meaning. Some called it symbolic of approval. Others whispered of deeper alliances. Could this be a blessing, not only for a friendship between monarchies but for something far greater? At the heart of this speculation lies Prince Christian, Denmark's heir. He and Leonor, close in age, have long been subjects of speculation. Could two thrones, two nations, one day be bound not just by politics, but by love? The arrival in Copenhagen seemed to pour fuel on those whispers. For as Queen Margrethe looked at Leonor, her expression carried both admiration and an unspoken acknowledgement of the future. But let us not rush. What we witnessed in Copenhagen was not a royal engagement announcement. It was something perhaps more powerful, a public acknowledgement of Leonor's growing influence on Europe's royal stage. She is no longer just Spain's crown princess. She is emerging as a unifying figure across royal households, a bridge between traditions and generations. The symbolism cannot be overstated. Denmark's monarchy is one of Europe's oldest, rooted deeply in tradition. Spain's monarchy, by contrast, is one of resilience, having weathered exile, dictatorship, and rebirth. To see the two thrones intersect in such a heartfelt way was to witness the merging of two royal narratives. Yet beneath the grandeur, tensions simmer. In Spain, not all voices cheer Leonor's growing visibility. Some political movements continue to call for the abolition of the monarchy. Others question whether she is ready for the immense responsibility awaiting her. In Denmark, too, the monarchy faces modern pressures. A new generation of royals must balance duty with relevance in a world where tradition sometimes feels out of place. And so the question deepens, was this simply an arrival, or a carefully staged moment designed to send a message? Was Queen Margrethe signaling her support for Leonor personally? Was this a strategic gesture to strengthen ties between two nations that may one day share more than friendship? As the visit unfolded, subtle details offered clues. The seating arrangements during the palace banquet. The private conversations noted by palace insiders. The warmth displayed not just by Margrethe, but by Crown Prince Frederik and Crown Princess Mary as well. Every element seemed choreographed to showcase unity. Yet the most striking was the unspoken admiration between Leonor and the Danish people. She was not merely received. She was celebrated. The media called it a royal masterstroke. Fashion critics hailed her attire as iconic. Political commentators dissected the implications. Was this Spain presenting Leonor as a future European queen, not just a national monarch? Was Denmark positioning itself as her strongest ally? To answer, we must consider the broader canvas of European royalty. Across the continent, monarchies face the same challenge: relevance in the modern world. Young royals like Leonor, Christian, Ingrid Alexandra of Norway, and Elizabeth of Belgium represent not only continuity but reinvention. They are the faces of monarchy in an age of global connectivity. They must embody dignity while adapting to change. And in Copenhagen, Leonor demonstrated she can do exactly that. But still, the emotional heart of the story lies in that embrace. Queen Margrethe, who has reigned for more than half a century, is not quick to display such gestures. She is known for her discipline, her adherence to tradition, her ability to embody monarchy with stoic grace. And yet, faced with Leonor, she chose warmth. A warmth that left Denmark, Spain, and the world asking, did we just witness a passing of the torch, not in title but in spirit? For 45 minutes we can explore every angle, every implication, every whispered speculation. But one truth shines above all others. Princess Leonor's arrival in Copenhagen was more than a visit. It was a declaration of her presence, her influence, her future. The world's eyes are now fixed not just on Spain, but on the bond between Madrid and Copenhagen. The embrace of a queen, the arrival of a princess, and perhaps, the birth of a new royal chapter in Europe's unfolding story. And so we are left with questions. Will this moment mark the beginning of a deeper alliance between Spain and Denmark? Will history remember Copenhagen as the city where Leonor first stepped fully onto the European royal stage? Or will the whispers of marriage, unity, and dynastic power remain just whispers? One thing is certain: the world will watch, the people will remember, and royalty will never be the same again.